Welcome to Autocar Professional. We are at the SIAM annual convention and it's a delight to sit with Suman Mishra, who's the CEO at Last Mile Mobility Business at Mahindra and Mahindra. Welcome, ma'am. Always a delight to get your views on the industry. I know GST is not relevant for you, although the rest of the industry is it's going through this churn. But still, when we talk about electrification and in your segment, the kind of waves it has made, how do you see the future of the industry in your segment? And the kind of industry is changing. Although GST is not directly impacting you, but it's giving more power and money in the hands of people directly. So consumption will grow. That will sort of impact your segment indirectly. So if you could just start with that.
Yeah, I think it is a great and progressive move. And as you know, Anish has already come out with the statement that we really applaud the move towards GST, and that the electric vehicles have been maintained at 5%, which is showing the focus of the government towards the new and sustainable technologies. And that is very relevant to us, that electric EVs are still at 5%, and that is what means that we can continue to bring this technology in a more affordable and accessible way to the end consumer. And if the overall sentiment increases of the industry, that will anyway help the end consumer to get more money in his hands and hopefully increase consumption and transportation in itself.
Yeah. Talk about the last mile mobility business, because there are certain things that you've been able to solve in different segments. Urban segment, for example, is still a problem when it comes to your segment. How is that, the progress on that front?
Yes. Thanks for asking. So, in 23, electrification was only 6% in this category, three-wheeler category, and today 30%.
Yeah.
2.5 years, this is the rate of growth of electrification, and this is really because the customer has found that there is accessibility, total cost of accessibility, affordability, they can afford the early cost, there is adequate choice on what to buy, there is a total cost of ownership benefit, and they have solved the charging infrastructure problem. So for those markets where these are solved, we have seen significant increase in electrification. Then there are some markets with a very low electrification, like the large metro cities of India, where we really need this technology to reduce the tailpipe emission. The electrification is quite low, and that's because of the problems. So in say cities like Delhi, there is a cap on the EV permits, the cap on permits, period, three-wheeler permits. So there is no way to introduce this technology. In Bombay, it's a problem of charging. So we are really working now with the local state authorities to try to solve the specific ecosystem challenges that are pertaining to that state. And so on the other side, some of the states are extremely progressive. Odisha has just come out with the EV policy yesterday, where they are incentivizing EV, forcing registration of EVs. So Uttarakhand has come out with the EV policy. So when states come out and want to solve the local problems, that's where we want to partner with them and make sure that one by one we solve these issues. They are local, they are no longer pan-India, because pan-India at 30% we have already reached critical mass. So we will solve for these, that much I am very sure of. It just takes a little bit of time and we will see the progress.
Yeah, what is the penetration like in urban centers?
Depends on the city. Tier 1s are less, like some say 10-ish%. Tier 2, 3 are upwards of 30, 40, 50% depending on the city. It's actually the local situation in that city which reinforces whether you will move fast or you will move a little slowly. But move you must.
Got it. So you said 30% penetration already, it's the tipping point. It has to, traditionally in economics, it takes a sort of a hockey stick kind of a approach in terms of growth. What will that take? Will it take new products from your side? Ecosystem approach, what will that
all kinds of things that we have seen. We have always been focused on increasing electrification of the last mile of India. That has been our one and only goal. Wherever we have seen issues, we have solved for those issues. So what it will take more is to solve for some of those issues, like the second life. Means when the battery now comes back, how do we upgrade the battery? How do we give them a higher range? those kind of solutions. So we are well underway to solve those, and once we solve for them, then it just continues. I anyway see it to reach 50-60% in a very short order of time.
Yeah, about 5 years.
And less than that.
Wow, lovely. So, financing has always been a challenge for this segment. Is that improving? What can it take?
Significantly improved. There are a lot of new age financiers who have stepped in and are offering much faster access to finance. I think that's the key need. But there is now all financiers, state banks, NBFCs, and the new age financiers who are offering green financing.
Right. Can you leave us with your suggestions or maybe expectations from the government side, from a policy perspective, that can be done to leapfrog the segment to, higher penetration as much as 80% in this segment? How will that happen from a policy support perspective?
The government of India has been extremely progressive and supportive of the policies in this segment. FAME, PME Drive, PLI, all of these have helped us create the ecosystem. So now I think they just retain whatever they have. The PME Drive comes to an end, PLI continues. That's all we expect. Now we need to work with the state governments to ensure the transition.
Thank you so much for your time and sharing the insights with us.
Thanks.